Picked up the Generation Next today, which I've kind of wanted one of these since they come out. I'm not much on these clone systems, but this system here is probably one of the better clones from what I've read. It looks like an NES first of all. I like the two audio out ports, video port. Even still got the little plastic protector over that part. It's got the 60 pin famicom port there, and your regular NES cartridges load in the front. Slick little system. Comes with a, it's got your LED light there. It uses standard NES controllers or zapper. Got a little small 9-volt power supply, which is much nicer than what the NES has because it's so small. Audio cables and a video cable, and a pretty neat little controller here. Very comfortable. Sort of reminds me of a dog bone controller, but it's actually sort of more comfortable than that. It's got shoulder buttons. The amount of difference in size is just amazing. The Generation Next is just like tiny compared to the NES. Tiny. Top view of it here. The size difference. But I like the way they made it. I mean, they made it the power buttons there, reset button, and it looks, you know, they made it look kind of like a modern NES with the Famicom port to boot and dual audio out ports, which I like. So, oh, and it's got a wireless thing on the side here for wireless controllers. Got an on and off switch on the side, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I thought it'd go neat with my console collection. I've been kind of wanting one of these, and the guy at the flea market brought it out there today, and I was expecting it to be one of those old chinchy clones, but I was very, very pleased to see that it was a Generation Next. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try some games out on this. I've got some Famicom games here. Mario 3, Mario Brothers, Parajoy, which has got a bunch of games in one cartridge, and Super Mario Brothers. Trying out NES games here first, see what it does. It's powered up. One light on that is for the, evidently that's for the, yeah, that's for the wireless controller. You turn that on, which I don't have wireless controllers. I turn it off though, and there's a light you can see back in there, which pretty cool too. Well, the system does indeed work. Pretty good looking graphics. I see, like, you know, it's kind of like a top loader. There's little lines about every 8 pixels across, but it's not really as noticeable as what's on the it's not as noticeable as what you see on the top loader, but it's pretty good quality. Okay, trying Super Mario Brothers out, the Famicom version, as you can see, works perfectly. Absolute. Hey, the triggers let you fire. I'm playing with one hand here, so. Actually, you can jump with the top buttons and shoot the fireballs with the other, which that's kind of cool. Now I've got the Japanese version of Mario 3, and although it's got dual stereo outputs, I don't know how many games actually took advantage of stereo or how that works, but it's just coming through one speaker on my TV. I don't know if that's the issue with the audio output or my TV, or if it's just because this game doesn't support putting it to both outputs, which I think that could very well be the case here. Because I always use a splitter. It splits the one into two if I want it to come out both speakers. But, you know, you're not getting stereo either way out of a game like Mario 3. I mean, you're just not getting stereo sound. After spending a little more time with this system, I just can't bring myself to keep it hooked up. It does look cooler than an NES. The controller looks cooler, but it just don't function as well. The controller, like I was playing Mario 3 running to the right, and I don't know the controller pad, I don't know what was wrong with that, but it just was kept going right and I couldn't back up. It was like it was sticking, but it wasn't stuck. So I actually don't think that is the controller. I think it's something to do with the system itself possibly, but I'd have to try it. Anyway, like I said, it's got the picture quality is not as good. Sound quality is not even close. I could live probably with the picture quality, but the sound quality is not nowhere near what the regular NES is. If you run the NES at the video out through the composite cable, you will be very pleasantly pleased with the performance, the old NES unit. I mean, you just can't beat it. Quality. This, I mean, it works, but you know, I can see why they didn't make these for long. They're just an expensive clone of the NES. It's just a copy, and in the end, that's just all it is. It's a copy. And I mean, I bought it sure for collecting purposes. It'll look good with all my other NES stuff. But yeah, to play, just buy you an NES. Go on eBay or wherever and buy you a good old factory original NES, not a top loader, despite what people say about top loaders being better. They're not. The old front loading NES is the best. Take it from me, I've played enough Nintendo, 20 years of Nintendo. I know. That's why I picked up on the quality, on the picture quality and the sound quality too so quick. Especially on a game like Mario 3. I've beat that game so many times. So do yourself a favor, get an NES, a regular NES, if you want a system to play. For collecting purposes, this does look good alongside your NES. As I stated, this system does look good on the shelf. Goes good with a system collection, but I advise you just to leave it on the shelf though if you plan on buying one. If you're going to play one, play this one. This is the good one.